Hello and welcome to Wednesday. Starting the day off by going back into the city. It's warmer than it was yesterday, though. You look
A little bit.
You look cold.
Yeah,
but
I have my hair pulled back, so
it's not that cold. We started the day late because it's like what time? 10. So we're getting a late start, but that's all right. We were so physically exhausted from all the walking yesterday. We kind of laid in bed for a while. But that's all right. We're
How many miles was it?
Huh?
How many miles was it?
We went like 10 miles.
I thought mine said like 4.
Yours said a little bit more, but yeah, it was like we walked about 10 miles yesterday, so maybe walk a little less today. So we're on our way to Air and Space Museum. First we had lunch. We went to a place called, is it called Burrito?
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 I mean, I think it's a play on burrito and like Edo.
Sure.
Like Frugal Chicken.
Yeah, okay. Burrito. It was good. Mao had the Beatrix, I had the Hanzo.
Yeah.
It's wild how different they tasted. We actually gave each other half of our sandwiches or burritos so we could try them, and they were wildly different, both very good. Then, we grabbed a quick coffee because it's still cold, wanted to be warm as we walked all the way back to the National Mall because we are going to that Air and Space. It's gonna be fun. I've been here a few times. I believe I've been to DC 3 times. This will be the 4th. And I think Air and Space is the one I've done every time I've been here. So I'll probably remember something. Maybe. You're gonna like this one a lot.
Yeah.
And also there's a new exhibit on 2001: A Space Odyssey, which should be really neat.
Hope we can get in it.
Yeah, they're only letting like 6 people in at a time, so I don't know if we'll be able to get in and see it, if the line's like insane, but I'd like to. We touched a piece of Mars yesterday. You want to touch a piece of the moon?
Yeah, Carly got to touch a piece of the moon at NASA.
Neat. I did it. Also, this is... I wasn't reading the thing. It's the what?
It's
One of them.
one of them.
Unfortunately, the line for the 2001 exhibit is really short, so it's actually going to be the first thing that we do.
Really enclosed in a huge sculpture.
Wow.
My friend said,
Oh my god. Man. This is so cool. This is such an iconic piece.
so
Like this, like if you ask people what they remember most about 2001, I'd say the ending would be it. It's just really weird being in this room.
yeah.
Also very much makes me want to rewatch the movie. But I'm sure we'll get a chance to do that soon. Dang, man. It's very, very cool. Wow. I can't believe the movie's 50 years old now. It's just wild to me. Cool.
Yeah.
That was really neat. I liked that a lot. Okay, now we can actually see stuff that's not science fiction.
He has a very slight mid-Atlantic accent. That like 1940s mid-Atlantic.
There's almost no one in this section. This is like early flight. Section's very dead. All the kids are like at the simulators. I looked at this for like 30 seconds and could not figure out what was happening. And Mal pointed out that what does that have in common with the boy releasing a balloon? I just stared at it. I was like, is something missing from this exhibit? What does the jet have in common with the boy? I don't know. You know what I'd really be interested in knowing? Is the physical size difference between this museum and
One in Dayton?
Dayton.
The Air Force Museum?
Yeah.
Oh, that's way bigger.
Yeah, it is, right?
Because it's like 4 airplane hangars and
Yeah.
then some.
Yeah, there's like actual huge hangars. And it's not that this isn't cool. This is cool, but if you want to see actual aircraft, Dayton was amazing.
Yeah, Dayton's amazing.
It was really, really
This
cool.
has a lot more words.
It does. It does. It has more words. Oh my god, that's a fancy lunch compared to There's a Jerry Seinfeld joke in there somewhere, but I'll abstain. I wonder if all this stuff is just like really boring to Austin now. Because he can fly planes.
It's kind of like walking all the Air Force One ones, except it was like this narrow.
Yeah, I hate to come to the Smithsonian and be like, you know what's really cool? You should go to Dayton. This is okay, but the one in Dayton. Explore the universe. What is it? How big is it? How old is it? How did it begin? Let's find out. The fact that Galileo's first and last names are only one letter apart makes him real cool. I like it a lot. This part's really interesting. It says before photography, astronomers had to draw things. So this is a comparison of a nebula before and after. Did you see this, Mel? Mm-hmm. That's just really cool. I never really thought about that. This is easily one of the most fascinating things about astronomy to me. And it's something I've known about for a long time, but it's super cool, and it allows astronomers to figure out the chemical elements that are out in space, that are in, other planets and things like that, because the elements produce patterns of lines. So here's like a little example. This machine, I'm sure, is super old, but depending on the light that comes back and the things that are missing in the spectrum, it unlocks, as this says, secrets of the stars. And astronomy is just super fascinating to me. Isn't that awesome?
That's incredible.
The Hubble Space Telescope backup mirror. It's huge. And this is the deep field image. We have a canvas of...
We have the ultra deep field.
We have the ultra deep field, which was a little later, but yeah, we have an image of this on a canvas hanging in our bathroom, which is a weird place to put the universe, but kind of fitting. News from Kepler. I'm assuming it's just a series of meows and whines for food. Man, they have some really incredible stuff here.
Yeah, they do.
They really do. Wow. What now? Looking beyond Earth?
Yeah.
All right. This is Sally Ride's spacesuit. It's the first American woman in space, 1983. And Guy Bluford, it says a few weeks later, became the first African American in space. So these are very historic suits. Duct tape and Velcro.
Tape that's been in space.
That is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Space tape. I found this part really fascinating. They talk about the thermal tiles. It says more than 22,000 tiles protected the space shuttle, and they're all in little sections like this, and they're all created individually, then pieced together like a puzzle, because it gets like up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit on re-entry. It's just really cool. This entire exhibit is fascinating. I haven't filmed like a ton in it, but there's a lot of really, really cool stuff in here. Hey, it's like a poor little space dog. I think this is the actual suit. I'm not sure. This is Yuri's space suit. I can't tell if it's a reproduction or not, but it doesn't say anything about that, so I assume that it's the actual one? Possibly. It's cool. It's first man in space. And right next to it is John Glenn's spacesuit, who was the first American to orbit the Earth. So many famous suits here. Spacesuit worn on the moon by Apollo 15 astronaut David Scott in 1971. Wow. Very cool. So this is a 1/20 scale model of the Hubble Space Telescope. And this is a 1/1 scale model of the Hubble Space Telescope. This isn't the actual one, but this is
Generally look like it.
it was used as a test or something.
Yeah. Develop handling equipment, check out procedures, also subjected to heat, cold, and noise and vibration tests.
Ah, yeah. That's cool, man. That thing is huge. There's a thing here that shows you where the satellites are live. Obviously, this is a simulation, but it's up to date about where they are. And then you can see all the different ones.
There's the International Space Station. Right along. That's not the one I was...
So we just finished up at the Air and Space Museum, and it was good, but man, I feel like I didn't film that much. I didn't film as much as I filmed yesterday at the museums, and part of it's because I feel like a lot of it is information and stuff that we've seen before.
Yeah.
But then the other thing is that it's so overwhelming. There's so much to show that you don't know what to show.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a really great museum though. Like if you've never been to DC, you can spend so much time in any of these. You can spend an entire day in each museum, easy. If you want to walk through slow and read things and do all of that, it'd take you a day to see each museum. What time is it?
2:30.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
I'm far more tired than I thought I would be. It's just been really physically exhausting
Yeah, it has.
in the past day. I don't know, we'll find something to do. So we went to a little hole-in-the-wall place. I think it's a local chain. I think there's multiple locations. I'm not sure. But when I say hole-in-the-wall, I mean it was big enough to open the door and like 2 people could stand in there and that was it. It's called Astro, and they sell donuts and fried chicken. And the fried chicken's excellent. They had like a 2-piece thing. What do you think?
It's good.
It's pretty dang good. It's kind of a strange combination, but I like both. So whatever.
It's time for your 4 o'clock donut.
Is that what that chime is? The 4 o'clock donut?
4 o'clock donut chime.
So this is the creme brulee. And you can see it's got like the hard caramelized shell, like creme brulee does. Mal got a
Cherry cheesecake.
cherry cheesecake. There's actually a few recommendations to get duck donuts, but duck donuts in DC is a lot further away than where we were, because it's over by Arlington, and we didn't make it that way. How is that? Can I have a bite of that? Oh my god, it's got like...
Cherry filling.
Oh, it's cherry?
Mm-hmm. That's cherry cheesecake.
Oh. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. That's so soft.
It is.
That's incredible. Anyway, let me try this. Oh my god, it's got the brulee in it. The creme, right?
I want to bite yours. That's good.
That's amazing. It's got the cream in it.
I heard the maple bacon ones were good too.
These are really good. So, you know, it's getting about closing time for museums. And we probably have time to do another thing, but like we're so exhausted, it's nice to just sit, fill our bodies with donuts. So I think after this we might walk around a little bit, but I think we're gonna head back to the hotel. We have a big day tomorrow, so getting in bed early might be a good idea. Get out of my life, light. Anyway, so we got back and we were super exhausted. I decided to actually start editing, finally editing the vlogs that I had brought with me to edit. I haven't had time to even touch that stuff. So finally we started working on that, which was nice. Then we decided to order something in because we just did not feel like walking out and doing anything. So we just ordered a pizza. There's a place nearby that does delivery, so the pizza just came, and I just have to tell a story. So I've already talked a little bit about how this hotel is ritzy. I mean, like, unnecessarily ritzy, because in my opinion, you get to a certain point, it's just over the top. Normally it costs a good bit to stay in this hotel. We get a great deal because of the discount, and we feel a little out of place. Anyway, I ordered delivery, which, I mean, the hotel I'm sure doesn't care, but I'm sure they'd rather you eat in their restaurant. But the delivery came. It's just from a small like pizza joint. They come into the hotel, and the front desk stops them and says, where's this going? So then they have to call me, and they call me, and I get it, and they say, Mr. George, did you order some food? And I said, I did. And they said, well, it's here. And I said, okay, cool. Can you send them to the room? Because I'm not going to go out there and get it. And they're like, yes, no problem, Mr. George. So then I get a knock on the door like a minute later. It's the guy, the front desk guy, led the person to the room, down the hall to the room, knocked on the door for them. And when I opened the door, he did one of these like motions like that, like not a real thing that anyone actually does. He did it. It was incredible. I had to like try and stop myself from laughing because he like presented like and then like presented this person holding a pizza who was looking on with like what is going on here. So then he's like all happy, and then he walks off, and I get the pizza. I give the girl a tip, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And it was just such a me and her kind of connected briefly.
What was going on?
Because we were like, what's happening? It was just, it's hard to explain, but this hotel was too much. This hotel was too much. The other thing we didn't explain is that when we got back, we didn't need any room service.
Today.
Any housekeeping today. We just didn't need it. So I left the privacy do not disturb thing on the door, and when we got back that sign was gone, and I was like, what? So we went in, and even though we had that on our door, they ignored it, came in, cleaned everything, did everything, and then left it on the inside of the door. And I'm like, does this not mean anything? Like, you put it on the outside of your door, and then housekeeping leaves you alone. In every hotel I've ever been to. Why is it that here they would be like, oh, we'll just do whatever we want and come in and do things? I'm like, oh my god. Anyway, yeah, this pizza. Let's just eat pizza. I'm gonna finish eating this pizza. It's only just now starting to get dark. We kind of came back a little early, but that's okay. I'm gonna try and get more of this editing done. And then we'll turn in early. We got a big day tomorrow. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. But is the pizza good? Mm-hmm. Is it? It looks really good. I'm excited about that. Looks a little yellow, but that's just because all the light in here is really yellow. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And let's meet back tomorrow. Silent Twin.